Hi there everyone, this is Kelly Gettelfinger with Always Stampin' Videos. You can find me on Instagram at always_stampin'. On Facebook, use the @ Always Stampin' with Kelly, and my blog is alwaysstampin.com. Today I'm going to show you how to create the easiest box ever. This box is so simple, and the size of the box is totally dependent on the size of measurements that you choose to create it. Now I'm just going to be showing you the basic tutorial for how to make the box. How to decorate it, you can find that on my blog, alwaysstampin.com. There will be a photo tutorial with step-by-step instructions on how to decorate it. And at the end of this video, I will share with you the supplies that I use to create this particular box. All right, let's get started. Basically, to create the easiest box ever, you are going to take a piece of cardstock and trim it to a size that you determine the box. So let's just say you want your box to be 3 inches by 3 inches. That's sort of what this box is. So let's say you want it 3 inches by 3 inches, and you want it 1 inch in depth. So we're going to have the center here measure 3 inches by 3 inches. And so we want to add 1 inch here and 1 inch here. That's going to make it 5 inches. So because we want it squared, it's going to be 5 inches by 5 inches. So if I wanted to change that and make it a 3 inches by 5 inch box, I would make this. So this is going to be 3 inches. I add here and I add here. That's 5 inches. But this way, let's say I wanted to measure 5 inches. So this is going to be 5 inches, and I'm going to add an inch, which will be 6, another inch, which will be 7. So I'm going to cut my cardstock 5 inches by 7 inches. Does that make sense? If you visit my blog, it'll all be in writing, and so it'll be much easier to understand. So for today, let's create a box that is 3 inches by 3 inches. All right, so I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and my So Saffron cardstock. Now I've already trimmed this, and because I want my box to be 3 inches by 3 inches with a 1 inch depth, I'm going to trim it at 5 inches by 5 inches. And then I'm going to score it 1 inch in on all 4 sides. So I'm just simply quarter turning and using the score inch or the score blade tool on my paper trimmer. All right, so I'm going to set my trimmer aside, bring that back when I show you how to create the top of my box. Now, I'm going to just snip 2 of the small scored areas on one edge, do a complete turn, and snip the opposite small scored edges, or small scored areas. All right, so it'll look like this. And then I'm going to fold each scored area. I do not want to use my bone folder or a score tool because I want that to be sturdy. I want my box to be sturdy, and so I don't want to press down my scored areas really super flat. All right, so I'm going to use something like tear tape on the corners, just the corners of my box. So for a quicker video, I'm just using my tape gun. So you add adhesive to all 4 of those corners, and then just simply fold your, or tuck your, fold your sides up and tuck your little tabs in on all 4 sides. That would be my daughter, who's designing at her table while I'm designing at mine. All right, so there's your box. That's the bottom. Now let's create the top of our box, all right? So I'm using some paper from the 6x6 paper pack from Stampin' Up! Called Garden Impressions. This paper is so pretty. You're going to love it. All right, and so I have already trimmed the top of my box. Now listen, here's where you need to pay attention. Now instead of doing 5 inches by 5 inches, because that's going to be a super tight fit, I'm going to trim it at 5 1/16. That's going to give me just a tiny bit of a bigger lid that slip right over the top of the bottom of my box. So 5 1/16 by 5 1/16. And then I'm going to score it 1 inch all the way around. So each edge is going to be scored at 1 inch. So even though we're doing the same size of sides, the paper itself is larger So therefore, that's what's gonna help it to fit over the bottom of my box. Now, I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I did with the bottom of the box. I'm gonna snip those small scored areas on 2 edges of my box, and I'm gonna fold everything and then add adhesive just to the corners. And so once I have my adhesive added to my corners, I'm gonna fold my sides up, tuck my corners in, and that's gonna create the lid or the top of my box, and that should fit right over the top of the bottom of my box. And then, like I said, on my blog, alwaysstampin.com, you'll see the step-by-step photo tutorial for how I decorated it. It's that easy. Let me just quickly give you the supplies that I used. I'm using the inks Shaded Spruce, Melon Mambo, So Saffron, Calypso Coral, Petal Pink, and Powder Pink. Once again, I'm using the Garden Impressions 6x6 paper pack, and I have also used this adorable leaf ribbon, and then the fantastic abstract impressions. So I can't wait for you to join me on my blog, and thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a creative day.